Y'all look good too. Hey yo, this song goes out to everyone at Dead and Company tonight. It was really Shakedown Street was in the rain, so there were fools in the rain down there at the Dead and Company tour closer in Queens. So we're thinking of all y'all that got soaked down there. Let's cue the intro. Come on, let's go. We back in Camden for night two. Well, not me, but all the folks that went to see D&B times two. The first leg of the tour is almost through. They closed out with Watchtower. Nah. Ooh. Camden, New Jersey. What up? Mount Holly again. We shouting y'all again. Mount Holly. Last night I forgot about King of Pressure. Right off 276. What up to y'all over there? Cherry Hill, New Jersey. What's poppin'? Langhorne, Pennsylvania. What up? Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, the home of Martin Guitars. What y'all doing over there? Yo, I forgot Mount Laurel. Mount Laurel. I forgot y'all last night. Shout out to Mount Laurel, New Jersey. What's popping over there? Westchester, right? What's going on in Westchester tonight? What's popping out there? Shout out to y'all out there in Westchester, PA. West Grove, PA. What up? Shout out to West Grove, PA as well. Right? Shout out to everyone over there. What other cities we got over here? Shout out your hood. If you from South Jersey or southeastern Pennsylvania, shout out your city, shout out your town. Hey, we even gonna go up to Stroudsburg, PA. I know it's a little out there towards the sticks, but Stroudsburg, PA. What up? Allentown. We shout out y'all out last night. Shout out to Allentown, PA. Who else? Shout out your city if you there. Passaic. I think that's in Jersey, right? Passaic, New Jersey. What's popping up out there? Vineland, New Jersey. What's up? What's up, Violin? Right? What else we got? I said Westchester, King of Prussia, right? Ben Salem, PA, right? Shout out to everyone out there in Ben Salem, PA. Burlington, New Jersey, Trenton, New Jersey. We shouted you out last night. Windsor, New Jersey, all the Windsors, East Windsor, West Windsor, right? Shout out to all the townships and ships in the Delaware River, right? Don't forget about. We'll get to y'all West Coast. We'll get to you guys. It's not your time yet. You gotta wait till August, okay? I gotta wait till August. All right, we shouting out. We in the Mid Atlantic right now. All right, but it's your boy Conserviz 34. Thank you guys for joining. If you know someone who was at the show and they want to come on, hit up the chat. I'm trying to get some people to come on here. So if you let's see, we're trying to get. I'll send a link to Michael to two different Michaels. But if you guys want to be on, let me know because I do want to hear from someone. Some people did message me about this show. Someone did message me and say, I think that was Michael W. He said he thought he was at last night's show and he said Guilford was better. Guilford night 2 was better than Camden night 1. Tonight, Oregon. Ron, we'll get to you. When we get to the Gorge, we'll shout you out in Oregon. I love Oregon. I love your beaches out there. It's at the Delray Beach recreational site. Hines says, let's get someone on the phone that loves rye whiskey at the E1. Yeah, it's 8th time. Jonathan Shoup says, how big of a venue is West Palm Beach for the band? Like, where does it rank? I definitely think it's top. It's definitely top 10 because it's a 2-night stand. I've talked to some people who have been to West Palm. I think you could put it in the top. Let's see. Maybe just outside the top 5. I will say, though, there's a history with West Palm Beach. They had Live Tracks 42, where they had it, If I Had It All with the Turn Back Time. They had a shotgun in that show, but Live Tracks 42, if you get a chance, listen to that. That is a classic show. Sometimes I think Tampa gets better shows than West Palm Beach. Now, West Palm has 2 nights, so obviously you're going to get more music. But Tampa low-key sometimes they get head-to-head. It gets a better set than both nights of West Palm. But West Palm is definitely top 10. Maybe it's just outside of the top 5. I think Gorge, SPAC, and Alpine, you can put those anywhere you want. After that, you do have Deer Creek. I would say Deer Creek, Camden, Hartford. And Hartford, arguably before the little split in 2015, I think Hartford would have been number 3 or 4. I mean, number 4 or 5. The reason saying that Hartford has had some 3-night stands, and before, when it was a 2-night stand, they got some special things. But I would say maybe you put West Palm Beach at 7 or 6. It just depends. And I haven't been, but I'm just kind of going based on what I've heard from people. Justin says, Fiddlers is a cool location, but I don't like how it's in the middle of an office park. And from what I've talked to a taper about this, he says it's horrible to tape at Fiddlers. The location and the sound isn't as good as some of the other places he tapes, but they get some great sets. Ron says, with all the new songs, Gorge is going to be sweet. Absolutely. And I think, but the one thing about the Gorge, it's always sweet. To me, it's just a venue. I don't even care about the set list. And what do I do on this channel? I talk about set lists, right? I just hope sometimes at the Gorge, like for 3 full nights, they kind of have a lot of fillers, and you don't get certain things. I should do a post where I study and rank the top 10. There is some content that may be coming out soon about SPAC versus Deer Creek versus Alpine, because I went to all three of those this summer. I may be doing something, but just stay tuned for that. In terms of set lists and experience and energy, yeah, I would have to weigh those things out because, for instance, SPAC has some of the best set lists, but as far as access, the lawn is horrible. Jen says the sound is better at Red Rocks. It is definitely in the middle of a city and reception sucks. Okay. So, and that's what I've heard. Concert vids. Yes, I had a great DMB tour. And for those of you who are asking, I know people are asking, and I appreciate you guys looking out. I am not going to any more full band shows for the rest of the summer tour. Stay tuned if there's a fall tour. I gotta keep in mind your boy's getting married. I was out with the Mrs. Concert Viz 34 to be. If you're watching, Livia, shout out to you, love you. But the fall tour, the only show that I'm gonna go to, or shows, but really I think show, it would be if they have a Mohegan show. Everything else, I can't commit to. Your boy's getting married, man. I got a lot of stuff to do. I got to move, got all that stuff. So stay tuned. I heard rumblings of Mohegan, but really the only strong venue that's kind of been nearly close to a lock is MSG. Oh, he said, Hines and Jen, when are you getting married? Uh-oh. Oh, wow. Justin with the uppercut. I mean, I don't know. Are you guys married, Hines and Jen? Maybe. But let's get to this set list. And again, if you guys want to give your comments, if you were there, let us know. So Fool in the Rain opens up. And this got us digging, us Setlist junkies on Twitter. It got us digging as far as when was the last time the full band had an open with the cover. From what it seems preliminary, these are unofficial results. But this is what I had a little thread here. The first Camden 2-night stand without Jimmy. Oh, that's the wrong one. But we'll talk about that as well. So coming on, just a little spoiler, part 3 of my DMB road trip will feature Miller Park. That's why I got this picture. But here's what I had posted here. Looking up covers that open DMB shows. I will post some info I find on the Ants Marching Search Tour Central page. Watchtower opened up acoustic set at Gorge Night 3 in 2014 as a Dave solo performance. So that was the last time that Watchtower opened, but it was Dave solo. And that was DMB 2 sets. It was an acoustic set with just Dave, and then the rest of the band kind of filled in slowly but surely. Now, Dave and Tim opened Farm Aid at Miller Park, now American Family Field, right? Which is crazy, but the naming rights got let up. And Dave's at the far right. So if you guys look over there, that's Dave Matthews right there. At Farm Aid was at Miller Park for a year. Now, the last time the full band had it, this was in Athens, Georgia, 6/21/93. By the way, this is how you know it was long ago. Pay for What You Get was played 11 times for that tour. It was played 11 times. So last full band non-acoustic Watchtower opener was June 21st, 1993, which I believe is the last cover that we could find with a full band. So some of you guys say you don't like opening with the cover. Here's my thing. I just don't want you to close with the cover. This may be the first show. Is this the first? We'll have to do some research. This may be the first show they opened with the cover and closed the encore with the cover. I don't mind. Here's my thing. I don't mind spinning away from the heart of decadence. No. Shout out to Temple of the Dog. But no, and here's and Ron, we'll just have to agree to disagree. Watchtower does not belong to DMB. It used to, when they had their original Boyd Tinsley, Leroy Moore cover, that was a DMB special. Now it's a cover. It sounds like it sounds just like the mini rock songs. By the way, Dead and Company played Watchtower today, I believe. So it doesn't sound any different than any other cover from someone who's doing it with an electric guitar involved. That's my problem with the Watchtower nowadays. It's not like what when it was DMBs is when you hear a fiddle, and it doesn't have to be Boyd's fiddle, but when you hear a fiddle and when you hear Leroy Moore, a jazz sax player on Watchtower, it's a whole different thing. Okay. And we can even look at that Woodstock 99, right? We could look at that Woodstock 99 just to take a little thing here. Woodstock 99, DMB, right? Listen, like this. I mean, right there. That is an acoustic guitar. This is Dave Matthews' Watchtower. Stefan has the bass. That's Stefan. This is the most distortion you're going to get, his little bass pedals here. See how you can hear the bass parts of Stefan clearly, crisply. There's a Fender on stage. I wonder if that's someone else's Fender. That looks like a Fender, maybe a twin reverb, right? I don't know what. Like, look at that play between Dave and Stefan. That is unique. There must be some kind of way out of here. Send Joker to the thief. And let's skip to the main part, okay? Where everyone comes in. Boom, you get the fiddle. And then listen, you can hear da 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 from Leroy. You can hear the counter melodies on the fiddle. You can hear that. Listen to that sax. And it's also a slower tempo. This is Boyd, Leroy Moore. Where is this in Watchtower nowadays? Yeah, but listen, here's the thing. The 2012 watch, that's Gary Clark Jr. guessing. I'm talking about this band without any guests making unique. And plus, what's the difference between, here's the thing, when you have an electric guitar player like a Tim Reynolds or a Gary Clark Jr., which I actually like, I like the Gary Clark Jr. when he guests, but like that's no different than all the other rock covers of it, right? So many bands have covered Watchtower, from small bands to bands like the Grateful Dead and D&B. The acoustic version, I think it's hard to compare. I mean, Jimi Hendrix shreds on that one. It's a half step down, right? Um, but it's hard to say. I mean, I just think the acoustic one is more unique, right? This was a 3-chord acoustic song by Bob Dylan that then was adjusted for other artists, right? And that listen, if someone wants to say you like a Dave acoustic better than Hendrix, that's fine, right? The 2012, we're not playing the 20. We don't have time. But the 2012 Watchtower, there's no difference. There's a bunch of electric guitars. Leroy Moore is killing this sax solo, right? Leroy Moore is not in that 2012 Watchtower. It doesn't qualify. And you can hear Dave's guitar clearly. So that's my thing. That's where I'm at with this. Let's be careful with this video because there were some things people were showing back in that era of Woodstock. People did not have shirts on in certain parts of the audience, so we can't. We can't show. This is a kids show, so we're gonna go. But anyway, so we have a Watchtower to close, a Fool in the Rain to open. I like Fool in the Rain opening. I don't mind that, even though I'm against DMB covering. I'd rather them cover their own songs, right? I'd rather them say, hey, won't you cover Dodo? You remember that song, Dodo? Hey, you remember Pay for What You Get? Remember you played that at SPAC instead of a Watchtower cover? That was amazing. Remember when you did Too Much into Halloween, right? Remember that? That was awesome. That was like, hey, you covered your own song, Dave. I love you. All right. Now, but if you're gonna do a cover, you might as well do the what was it? If you're gonna do a cover, listen, Fool in the Rain, I'll take that. A Time of the Season, I'll take that. But that last, you know what was awesome about last weekend compared to this Saturday? That oh wait. Oh wait. I messed it up. I was trying to do Halloween. I need to practice more before I do this stuff. That was a freestyle. Anyway, forget that. I never played guitar. It never happened. But yeah, I don't mind Fool in the Rain, but Watchtower closing is just not for me. But here's the thing. Here's what I can't deny. Watchtower, like, people love that cover. It gets the crowd going. It's just not for me. I'll take the old school version, but the new school version is not for me. But here, let's look at the beginning of this show. Now, what I like about this show from a set list perspective, right? From a set list perspective, I like how the songs that I don't want to hear are coated with good songs. So the first song that I would go to the bathroom during is That Girl Is You. What is it surrounded by? Madman's Eyes, dark, awesome song, and number 41. Do you remember? No, I want to forget this song. Covered around by Lover Laid Down and number 41. Louisiana Bayou. I will go to the bathroom and come back for the jam. Now, it's surrounded by Lover Laid Down and Raven. You and Me. Not a fan of You and Me. I understand why people love this song. And if you like this song, if it's your wedding song, good for you. but it's covered by Gray Street and Two Step. Now, how this flowed, if you were at the show, put it in the comments. If you were at the show, you're watching this stream the next day, Sunday or Monday, let me know how you thought it flowed. And we would love to have your thoughts added to this, right? Because I think that's what I would want to know from someone who was there. How did this feel as a flow? Because you have Fool in the Rain, you have Warehouse. Hey, nice two spotter. Madman's Eye, great. That Girl Is You pops up. Then they do 41. Then they do You Remember Lover Lay Down? They from Lover Lay Down, that very slow, beautiful song, they do Bayou. And then Bayou goes to Raven. And I think from a crowd flow and from a momentum standpoint, I would think Bayou into Raven will be a nice little build-up. You end Bayou and you get to that Buddy. Dun, 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 and can I say, I love how Buddy, I love the Fool in the Rain cover. What I like about it is, yes, Raven was a tour debut. It was the only tour debut. And let's put that up here. We'll put some venue and tour debut stats here. So that's your venue debuts at the bottom on the ticker. And we'll get to the tour debuts in a second, which is just Raven. But I love how Fool in the Rain, it feels like it doesn't feel like a Tim CDC cover. Tim has his part to rock out. It's a Zeppelin song, but Buddy's keys are driving the beginning of that song. I do like that, and I love how Buddy's keys are driving the beginning of that song. If they played it in the same funky way as they played it in years past. Lying in the Hands of God, so they do Raven. Lying in the Hands of God slows it down. It's a little bit of a long thing. They pick the momentum back up. So Damn Lucky, Old Dirt Hill, Stay or Leave is that love song that people love. Kill the Preacher and the Why I Am. And that Why I Am and to Say Goodbye, I think that's a dope. I think 15 to 19 is a pretty nice flow. You get that Why I Am rock, Say Goodbye, back to that acoustic percussiveness. Gray Street, you get a little bit of both. It's louder than it used to be, but it's still acoustic percussive in areas. You got that third verse. And then after that, you do You and Me, which is listen, fans like that. As much as I don't like it, fans like that. And then you get into Two Step. It's a great ending to a show. Now, I still think night one overall is the one I would, looking on paper, I would pick. But these are still, for Say Goodbye, like I love how Say Goodbye is in rotation here in the Northeast. Right, 5 plays. Gray Street still in rotation. Two Step, 15 Two Steps. You remember when we were waiting and people were hoping for Two Step and it hardly came? Now it's there. Louis Leaf Green says Carter no longer rolls the snare in important parts. Hey, Alex, what's up, Alex? Alex Brandt. I met you briefly at Alpine. Great to see you, and I see you in the chat. And Carter, listen, if Carter has to make adjustments, it's not the end of the world. He's old. He's older, and he's had many tours under his belt. And so then we have an encore. Now, Rye Whiskey, let me know what you guys think. Are you sick? I had someone message me and say they're kind of sick of Rye Whiskey at that E1 spot. As far as, listen, they've been played 8 times. Ron says, I felt night one had more energy, but I was not there. Yeah, I want to know from people who were there. And listen, we have a little bit of a struggle tonight. Some people are driving back. Some people are getting over. They're driving back or flying back, and they can't come on. Last night, it was a little rough too. I'm going to try to see if we can get a RIA for CMAC tomorrow. Stupid Almanac says he named his firstborn after Carter. The encore to me is, in my personal opinion, weaker because of that Watchtower. I think my thing with Rye Whiskey is I don't mind it, especially because it is an interesting song to me lyrically. I know it's a cover, but it's interesting lyrically, and it hasn't been flooded. Like, it's still, if we look at the historical balance of rye whiskey, right? It's only been played 75 times. So we got some in 21. We had, there was two in 2020, but it's still a rare song to find. In '09, it was played a bunch. I think my friend got it in Hartford. And you know what it is too? Here's my thing. I don't mind it as much because it's Dave, like Dave solo stuff and Dave and Tim stuff. It's very little things I don't like. I think Windows doesn't translate well. Something to tell my baby in a full band setting. The crowd is, I just don't see I don't feel like I would be rocking with it in a full band show. Dave tried this great message. I don't think I would be rocking with it in a full band. It'd be interesting to see how I feel. Um, but I think rye whiskey, I don't mind it. Now, if it's gonna be played a lot more next year and the year after that, maybe I get sick of it. Maybe I don't. I would have to see. Um, but yeah, I think if we look at this year, we have another tour debut in Raven. We have some people who think they'll have tour debuts to the end of the tour. Someone thinks the streak will end. Says cornbread. Stupid Almighty says, I'm your friend. You got white whiskey in Hartford. Awesome. You got a friend in me. Cornbread Night 3 close at the Gorge broke my heart. I will say the Watchtower, the single encore Watchtower Night 3 of the Gorge was upset. Needle and the Damage Done. I heard that last year, I believe, at the Gorge. It's okay. And I'm a Neil Young fan. There's other Neil Young songs I like better. Down by the River, Hey My, Keep on Rocking the Free World. I mean, Needle and Damage Done is still a classic. It's a hit by him, but and I would have to, again, I've only heard Needle and Damage Done, I think, once or twice. So Marcus, what is I don't know pigeons playing ping pong songs off the top of my head. I've heard some of their sets at festivals, like on a stream, but that's about it. My friends have seen pigeons playing ping pong before they even were in this jam band circuit. They were doing like very, very small festivals, like Strange Creek in Greenfield, Mass. Andrew number 34 says he thinks Gaucho is underrated. I think the problem with Gaucho, and the problem with a lot of the Away from the World songs, their replay value was not good. Gaucho was played at my first show ever 10 years ago in 2012. It was cool for one show. After that, I was sick of it. It has that warehouse type feel. Dave's kind of going across the fretboards, muting everything but a couple of strings. Oh, excuse me. Gaucho should only come back for a couple of like 3 or 4 plays. I think if it was played 15 to 20 times, we'd be sick of it. Oh, excuse me, guys. So, but in Away from the World, it's interesting. It's the least played. It's Away from the World is the least played album from this tour. I mean, on this tour, as far as the major albums, and we've only gotten what Rooftop and Sweet. I would love Drunken Soldier to come back. Snow Outside is interesting because it is a beautiful song. I heard it a lot when it first came out, and I was okay with it, just taking a little bit of break. But it's a beautiful song. But it also is a song that is drawn out. You got it. You have to. You can't just play it real quick. Like it. It takes a little bit of time. So, in some ways, I'm glad that it's not back fully because it would take away from the sets. But if it does come back, I think it'll be a beautiful thing for people who want that. I think Drunken Soldier, Broken Things and the Riff are the main three that I would love to see in rotation, especially Broken Things and the Riff. Broken Things and the Riff are two solid songs. Rocky says, I wouldn't. Long Black Veil is a great cover. I've heard that with the Lovely Ladies in 14 that was at Mansfield, and I heard it in 13 with just the full band without the Lovely Ladies. Yeah, Drunken Soldier is top notch. Belly Full, I would have to hear it again. Like, obviously, I've heard the song. Obviously, on Away from the World, but I would have to really feel the vibe of it, whether I'm there or a taper version of it in 2022. Would be interesting, though, if they threw it out there as the E1, just Dave, right? Yeah, Broken Things in the Riff, those are the ones that we want back, right? We want to have those start back up again. We need to clear our cache and cookies and get those back. And Broken Things, I'll tell you, one of the highlights of last year, including going, like, I went to the Gorge, right? I went to Gorge, Mansfield, Guilford, Hartford. But one of the highlights was when I went to Mohegan and they got Broken Things back. And they had rebooted it back in, they rebooted Broken Things back in Columbus a couple shows before that. But Broken Things, to hear that again, it was just a wonderful, wonderful thing. I was so excited to get that. And yeah. I was excited. Like, it was just such a beautiful thing. It was surreal to really get that back. And I hope the riff comes back as well. So I don't know. It's not looking good as far as getting a guest on for tonight. But again, I love that Say Goodbye. I think anytime you can get Say Goodbye in a set, and here's the thing about Say Goodbye that I love. It is a song that has the core sound that it had back in 96, even before that, right? Because Say Goodbye was being played before Crash. It still has that acoustic percussive integrity, right? Where Sean doesn't blast his horn, right? He not loading the AK-47 horn and brr, 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 right? He's not doing that, right? He goes and takes a little break. He goes and sits down. He's not coming out like, oh, Say Goodbye, a wonderful song. It'd be a shame if a trumpet just played all over it. Right? He doesn't do that. But Say Goodbye is a beautiful song. Carter has his little drum intro. You have the flute. Yeah, I love the flute with DMB. Okay. I love that flute when it is with DMB. Walk Around the Moon, Say Goodbye, right? Beautiful. Someone, Ron says, how old is Carter Beauford? Carter is 64, I believe. He'll be 65 this year in November. He's got a late birthday like me. My birthday's in October, so. CMAC tomorrow. Here's what I'll say about CMAC. I think, you know what? I think the Encore is something that points to, hey, Dave has to sing tomorrow. But you have Rye Whiskey and the Watch. Although Watchtower is a heavy song, like it's quick, right? But that's the thing, is Dave has to sing tomorrow, and it's interesting that they put this CMAC show right after, like instead of even putting it on a Monday. right? They put this thing on a Sunday, so they got to get right up there. They'll probably take a PJ from South Jersey to upstate New York. And there are some people that are making that drive. Shout out to them. There's some people that are making that drive tonight, or flying, or taking the train. There's a lot of people that are making that drive. First time is the first CMAC on a Sunday, right? Yeah, usually it is midweek. So it'll be interesting to see how that vibe is over there. If I lived closer, I would actually go. If I was within like 2 hours, because it is a Sunday too, like to drive there and drive back. Let me see how far I am. Let me see how far I am from CMAC. Yeah, I'm about five. I'm 5 hours from CMAC. Yeah, that's a drive. I mean, I got to drive pretty much through most of upstate New York from Connecticut. Like, yeah, that's a lot of driving, and I think I've driven like 2,000 miles. Now, keep in mind, your boy Conservative 34. All my jobs have been within, either full time, remote. Recently, in the last, I would say in the last 7, 8 years, I've been at least a couple miles from the job I work at, or work from home. So I don't do a lot of driving. I've driven 2,000 miles or so in the last month, between flying into Chicago, going to Indy, from Chicago, going back up to Chicago, from Indy to go chill in Chicago, and then to go up to Wisconsin. Then after Wisconsin, go back all the way back down to O'Hare. I drove a lot. So I say that to say that a 5 hour drive is not what I need right now. Um, that's why this weekend I just went to Jazz Fest with Mrs. Concert Viz 34, out here in Hartford, and saw Isaiah Sharkey, who's one of the guitar players for the John Mayer's touring band. Like, right now, I'm toured out. I mean, if the band wants to pick me up and fly me on the PJ, I'll be more than happy to go, and give me free backstage passes. Your boy will be on the tour again. But if that doesn't happen, I'm staying home, right? I got stuff to do. Got a wedding to plan. So yeah, it's a lot of gasoline. A lot of gasoline. I've been y'all don't want to know. In Chicago, I did not fill up my tank in Chicago. Listen. I did not fill up my tank in Chicago. When I landed, I had a full tank of gas at the O'Hare Airport. I drove to Indy. I filled up twice in Indy, because I was driving around, and I topped off my gas like 20 minutes north of Indianapolis, because I was looking at, if you guys need to find gas, gasbuddy.com. That is the spot to find gas prices. I got my gas in Indiana, right? I got my gas in Wisconsin, okay? I did not fill up. Listen, them gas prices in Chicago, ooh, I thought that, I'll just say that, man. Illinois, I'm not drinking Red Bull. This is seltzer, not alcoholic seltzer, regular seltzer. It's great when you're talking. Listen, Illinois, especially Cook County, ooh, them gas prices was Snoop Dogg high, okay? I said, I will ride my gas tank out until I get to Wisconsin, and the prices were so much better. Okay, they were below $5 everywhere. It was just like, oh, it was so nice to get to Wisconsin, and just have gas prices that were like $3 million cheaper than Chicago. But Chicago was great. Just don't fill your gas up, and Yeah, or Illinois. It wasn't just Chicago, it was Illinois in general. Gas prices were high. What else? Oh, so there is a little bit. I just want to give you guys an origin story, like it's like it's a Marvel character. I did make this post, right? You guys may have seen this, right? this is from one of the warm-up tour videos. This is the 50 Shades of Gray Street, okay? Yeah, the no number 40 at SPAC was weird. Usually he gives that nod, but listen, they play pay for what you get, so I ain't gonna complain. Listen, they play pay for what you. I'd rather have pay for what you get than a number 40. I mean, I did get one of those in 18 at SPAC. Listen, pay for what you get was listen. They had that thing on point. That pay for what you get. They was practicing that thing, right? That pay for what you get. So this is from one of the warm up, like the hype promo videos from the Dave Matthews Band, and I'm calling this. I coined this a couple weeks ago, but I just wanted to bring it around for y'all. I'm calling it 50 Shades of Gray Street. Now this was, let's see if we can find it. I think it was like the Hartford one. Let's see, it wasn't Alpine. It was Dave. So Dave was working out. We'll give you the origin story to 50 Shades of Gray Street. He was working out, I think, in the tour bus or somewhere, and they had a little clip of him working out, and it looks like it's a little. A lot of the ladies were loving it on Instagram. So I said, "What in the 50 Shades of Gray Street is this?" I think it was around Hartford. Was it the Hartford one? Let's see. I'm scrolling through. I think it was the Hartford one. Let's see if we can find it. That's where your boy was, right at the rail. I had that rail. Let me see. I gotta put a couple songs to mess with Constant Viz 34. We're gonna put Can't Stop in there. That's what Dave said.
Love you, 'cause I can't stop. Need you, 'cause you won't stop. No, don't wanna thank you, but I can't stop. Don't wanna leave you, 'cause you won't.
By the way, they were shooting this right on a. Some of these shots they were right next to the rail where I was. Like right there. Your boy Constant 34 is right, like Rodrigo is shooting this. And I'm like right behind. I'm like right to the left of me.
I have tripped and I have fallen into this. So I view myself in a beautiful place. Believe that I will.
Oh, it must have been the one before this. But I said, what in the 50 Shades of Gray Street was this? Sheesh. Was it Mansfield? Oh, here it is. There's your boy. Listen, ladies, and hey, gentlemen, if that's what y'all do, hey, if you like him too, hey, whatever. This is the 50 Shades of Gray Street. Look at this. All the ladies, listen, this was on, shout out to Tristan B. Tristan B had this up on, she had this still shot saved like immediately after this video dropped. Okay. Here's your boy Dave Matthews. Let's slow it down hey, we're gonna slow it down. Playback speed. We'll get it. There you go, ladies. Oh, let's go back further. Hold on. We're gonna slow it down. Listen, ladies, this is for all the ladies. Your husband's asleep right now, and you just want to see. You're thinking about Dave Matthews. All right, here you go, ladies. There you go. That's Dave Matthews. Looks like a trailer. There it is. So that's the 50 Shades of Grey Street. So let me show y'all. This is how it started, just to give you guys an origin story. And thank you guys for listen. We got 20 people in the building right now. Thank you guys for watching this, man. I'm not even talking about the set right now, but thank you guys. Salute to all the support, man. Like everyone who's come to me at the shows. Let's go to Trish DMB. Michael's like, hey, yeah. Michael just came on. He's like, what are y'all talking? We're not talking about Raven. Michael's like, hey, what is your bro? Michael's like, bro, I came here to talk about the set, not about Dave's putting up sets in the gym. Let's see if we can find it. That's Homedale, that shotgun. Oh, here it is. So this is how it started, okay? This is how it started. Oh wow. Okay, guys, just listen. This may get a little all right. Shout out to Fatima. Fatima, are you on here? I don't know if Fatima's here. So Trish said, just posting a picture of daddy on Father's Day. Okay. Whoa, hey. Right. So it was Father's Day that she posted this. Now here's where your boy, I started, listen, if anyone else tries to copy me, just let you know, I started this 50 Shades of Grey Street joint, okay? Your boy started this. So this is my comment right here. I said, what in the 50 Shades of Grey Street is this? So there you go. That's how it started. That's how this thing holds. And someone else posted this. Someone else posted this on Facebook, and I made a joke about it again. I said it's 50 Shades of Grey. So this is where, again, you can save this video. 50 Shades of Grey Street. This started here because he like, here's a picture of dad. He's pushing them reps. All right, that's a little special room for Dave Matthews. For Dave Matthews Gray to pull out. So anyway. Oh, Zach, were you at the show? So here, let's focus on Zach for a second because he was at the show. Let's go to Zach because Zach. So just so you guys know, Kermit the Frog is Zach. This is coming from someone who was there because he's heading to CMAC. Yeah. So here's what Kermit the Frog said. Not in a good coverage area heading to CMAC. So quick thoughts from my perspective of tonight. Weakest overall night 2 of the tour. Band sounded tight. Highlight was Buddy on Lion in the Hands of God intro. And Fool to Think opener and Jazz. Oh no, Fool in the Rain opener. And Jazzy Raven. So there you guys go. The highlights of this night. Thank you, Zach, for popping in. Okay. The highlights were the Lion in the Hands of God intro by Buddy, Fool to Think opener. Fool in the Rain opener, and Jazzy Raven. So they did play it jazzy. So it seems like Buddy had some sort of intro in Lion in the Hands of God, which I would love to hear. I'm sure Zach will have that tape up. Now, here's what he also says. This is from a taper. I hate taping at Camden. Worst security of the tour. Always harassed. That's horrible. Right. That's unfortunate. But thank you, Zach, for taping the show. Because that probably deters people from taping, and you stuck it out and did your thing. So thank you. Give a shout out to Zach, aka Kermit the Frog.
Ain't nobody got time.
Oh, that was the wrong one. No, we do have time for that. But anyone got time for the security?
Ain't nobody got time for that.
All right.
Bruh.
That security, that's who we're giving that to. But Zach gets the cheers. Yeah, I wonder if Raven was on a 12 string or Buddy messed up his cue and had to improv fix it. Okay. Some of the best Dave Matthews Band music comes from them messing up something and making it better and freestyling. Oh, it was the 12 string. So Raven was on the 12 string. Interesting. Okay. Another thing I did see, shout out to Aria, who's got to travel up there to CMAC. But she did mention during Say Goodbye. During Say Goodbye, Dave said something about, let's hear it. Let's Aria said, let the record reflect that Dave said the actions described in Say Goodbye were not good ideas. Subsequently, he also attempted to walk that back by saying sometimes it was. So Dave had some sort of thing where he said, listen, that's not a good idea to do with Say Goodbye. Tonight we be today will be lovers. Tomorrow we'll go back to being friends. You got your girl. I mean, I got my girl, you got your man, but we're gonna do a little fun thing and a sneaky link, right? Which I don't believe in. First of all, black men do not cheat. It's a statistic. 100% of black men do not cheat. Okay, including myself. All right. I don't know if you guys took statistics, but 100% of black men do not cheat. It's a true fact. Anyway, so I do not believe in that say goodbye philosophy. Okay. Stay loyal. Or just, hey, if it's not working out, leave the person. All right. So Kermit the Frog is making a bold prediction, but there was mention about Say Goodbye's message. Every now and like in rare occurrences, Dave will mention like something about Say Goodbye before it's played or after it's played. He says, I'm calling it now. Buddy will be sitting in tomorrow for a couple of songs at CMAC. A la Mexico Night 3. We'll see. We'll see what happens. That'll be pretty cool. Oh, wrong run. Oop, I hit the wrong one. If Buddy sat in, that'd be awesome. Crash into me ideas or say goodbye. He's talking about say goodbye. So interesting, Alex. When I'm wary, getting some plays before the end of the tour. We'll see. We'll see. This whole tour debut run, where there's all these tour debuts that are going on every show, at least one a show, is interesting. So we'll see what happens with that. I think the trend will continue. I think we'll have a bunch of these every night of the tour. For the rest of the tour, we'll have this. Keep in mind, one of the things I'm confident about us having so many tour debuts almost every show is they have a little bit of a break in a week. And a week from now is the last show in July, and then they don't start till late August. Also, let's take a look at this. Kermit the Frog says, also need to review my tape, but I'm 90% sure that tonight was the first Kill the Preacher in several years. 2 full choruses, verses, and bridge. That would be awesome. Dave doing the mostly not, of almost full or a full Kill the King. That would be awesome. So yeah, we'll have to see what. And also, we got to point this out. Your boy Conservist 34 was the first to report this. Gladly the first to report this, and excitedly the first to report this on the interwebs. Okay. Oh, shout out to Tyrese Martin. He got signed. That's my UConn Husky. As a Husky fan, I support him. All right. So this was, ladies and gentlemen, this was the first Camden 2-night stand without Jimmy thing since 2013. 2013. We have had back-to-back weekends with no Jimmy thing played in a weekend 2-night stand. That is awesome. That's awesome. No Jimmy thing for the last two-night stand, weekend 2-night stands. Love to see that. I love that so much. Was killed to my knowledge, I don't think it was anything else. Let's look at the. All right, so let's look at this. The song originated in 2012 and ran into YM with improv lyrics. Dave again played it before June 1st, 2013. This time he sang handwritten lyrics. The official set list had the title of Kill the Preacher after the 7/6/13 show. DMB's official Facebook page began listing Preacher Man. Okay, so maybe Preacher Man, while DMB's setlist page continued to list as Kill the Preacher. It has yet to appear on any of the printed set lists. Because the 2013 versions were mostly been Dave's solo with some minor accompaniment by Tim and Carter, playing the exact same guitar part as the 2012 versions. We are currently considering all performances to be the same song. However, because the 2012 versions were far more improvised, and because 2013 ones still seem to be in the works in progress, we are currently looking at the 2 years separately with regard to whether a performance is a tease, partial, or full. For 2012, we have labeled relatively lengthy full band versions as full, while calling the medium length ones partials and the shortest ones teases. 2013 on full version with 2 refrains and 2 verses and the bridge. If this ever becomes a proper song, we will have more objective way of determining the amount of completion. And shout out to the Almanac. They have a great system. They have a great way of listening back to all this stuff. It's just great. Good night, Ron from Colorado. Jimmy, all 3 nights at the Gorge. Ron, I hope you're loving the Pacific time zone. Ron just switched from the Mountain time zone to Pacific time zone, so now he's 3 hours behind us East Coasters versus 2. Yep, kick him in the boots, make sure he's dead. Shout out to the Almanac and shout out to Zach. Zach, I wish he had better connection, but Zach has given us a lot of insight from this show. So it's great to hear that stuff. I've heard you mention Jimmy thing a lot. Confused to why it seems to be your most hated. The reason I don't like Jimmy thing is because, first of all, the song is too long. The song should really just be 10 minutes. I know it's a showcase, and it is a time where people do grab a drink or go to the bathroom. But to be honest, typically at most DMB shows, I'm there at the whole time. Actually, the pit helped me to build up my tolerance and not go to the bathroom during the show. Shout out to the pit last year and this year, where I had to, your boy had to, in order to hold your spot, I had to, hold it. Nah. So yeah, but Jimmy thing to me is too long. Last night I talked about how most songs for DMB should be 10 minutes. By the way, speaking of, Hines is gonna like this because I'm gonna mention Fish. I don't mind Fish doing a 20-minute Down with Disease jam like they did tonight. I am okay with Fish doing a jam that long. That was one of the highlights of the night, if not the best part of the night. I did not like the Sexy MF. It was too extended. Now, I love how it was a nod to Prince, but that thing was too long. They kept playing it. Da, 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 you sexy MF. Da, 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 da. They could have did that once or twice at the end of the song. Like, to me, listen, I love long jams. right? I love a Mountain Jam by the Allman Brothers. I love a Long Sugaree by the Grateful Dead, right? I love a nice long Morning Dew by the Grateful Dead. R.I.P. Jerry Garcia. But you have to, if you're going to have a long jam, you have to either have a subtle buildup where you're appreciating the subtle intricacies, or you have to have something that's intriguing. And to me, Jimmy thing with all the sax solos goes nowhere. The sax and the trumpet and and I know, like, listen, they're jamming. I just don't see it. I don't see the purpose of it. Other jams and other songs, they're much more fulfilling to me than Jimmy thing. And I would love for a Dave acoustic solo, a Dave acoustic noodling on the guitar like he used to do back in the day in Jimmy thing. But Jimmy thing should be 10 minutes. When are we gonna get good time again? I don't know. But I mean, listen, anything's power. After pay for what you get, I could see good time. Like good time is rare. The most hated point is Samurai Cop. I disagree. Samurai Cop actually here's the thing. First of all, Samurai Cop grabs a certain population because the song's message has to do with we're all the same, and that's a special message that resonates with fans, especially DMB fans. Also, this idea of a baby being born, right? People who have kids, it resonates. Satellite is much more of a song that people don't like. I would say, what else? Shake Me Like a Monkey is a song some people don't like, especially the placement of it. I would say Can't Stop is a song that some people love that song, some people don't. I don't like Can't Stop, right? Yeah, there's songs that are more disliked, right? So he said, Tony C says we need another cover like Fool in the Rain. Yes, I agree. Now they did not play Sledgehammer tonight. Did they play Sledgehammer last night? Let's see. Let's see that set from last night. Maybe that's why it wasn't played. Oh, there was no Sledgehammer last night. That also made night one great. No Sledgehammer. They did have a Samurai Cop last night. I can get through Samurai Cop. I'm not a fan of it per se, but I could get through it. So Mark M says, listen to Tia tear up Jimmy thing on Tuesday. That woman can play. Yeah, she's amazing. I'll have to listen to that tape. I have not had time to listen back to Guilford. So maybe that's an exception. But even some of the other guests, I don't want them to solo. I don't want them to play on Jimmy thing. I want them to play on something else, even if they are a trumpet player. The Maker in 2022, the Maker in 2007. I did not hear it back then. I was not going to shows in 07, so I can't say. The Maker is okay. Like I think it's a beautiful song. But hearing it live at the Gorge and hearing it this year, it's good. It's not the best. It's good. It's not. I would love for Don't Fear the Weeper to be back in rotation. Right? I would love for that song to be back in rotation. It's just such a good. I think it would just be fun, right? It's like. What is that? I haven't played this song in a while. All right, hold on. I'm messing up here. a lost endless ride. Shake me like a monkey was wet. We don't want shake me closer. We want Halloween. Don't fear the Setlist. Come on, baby. It's been a while. Yeah, I could do that. Oh, you know what I love? This was probably one of my favorite songs. Quick side note. One of the coolest things I learned on guitar back when I was trying to learn cool stuff was this intro. You guys probably know this band. Isn't that cool? Pinball Wizard can go right into Nancy's, right? So it's kind of cool. You can do that, right? Sing and dance, I'll play for you tonight. Thrill of it all. You and me is played sometimes, but we'll just go to the bathroom during it. And I look up at the sky and they're playing you in a two-step. Oh, that's a much better song than you and me. Why risky? Oh no, they're playing Watchtower. All right, let me stop. Let me stop. People gonna start logging off. All right. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, the Who Pinball Wizard, man, that was cool. The Maker was better with Preservation Hall Jazz. Was it really? Now, again, I have to say, I feel like catching Pres Hall Jazz Band in Indy was a little bit of it wasn't their best night. Ants Marching was amazing, but That Girl Is You just didn't have that punch that I felt. Even the Something in the Water after Hartford seemed a little bit better than the That Girl Is You at Deer Creek. I don't know what it was. I just felt like, and listen, they're in the middle of a tour, right? They had just played the night before. Pres Hall was on a tour, like they were on their own separate tour. Let's see what else. I'd really like them to bring back Drunken Soldier. This is such a great song live. And let me take you guys to the Gorge in 2019 because that was a special song. And by the way, Drunken Soldier is a special song to me because I run half marathons every year. Half marathons is something I can do. It's attainable. It's a realistic goal for me to run a half marathon every year. Sometimes I do 2 or 3 of them a year. Full marathons are a whole different story. Full marathons. Shout out to John Woodbury. I know he's running. He's a friend of the show. He supports this channel. He's running a full marathon in memory of his father. And salute to you, John. You are going to do great in the Chicago Marathon. But full marathons, if you're not a regular runner, a full marathon can be a challenge. It can be attainable, but you have to work hard. And I remember Drunken Soldier crossing the finish line of my first full marathon, and I was 23, and you know. That Drunken Soldier was amazing to push me through. The studio Drunken Soldier pushed me through to my first ever full marathon finish. Right? So I have a special connection with it. Now, Drunken Soldier is hit or miss. They did struggle with it. And I know DP Duke is talking about the 2013 Don't Fear the Reaper and Running Down the Dream. I saw Running Down the Dream full band debut 6/7/2013. So this is the scene here. Now, my video starts after it starts. I was so shocked. But this is the scene for Drunk in 2019. This is my first Gorge. This is my first Gorge night ever. And they play they liberate Drunken Soldier. And there were alternate lyrics. There were alternate lyrics, and I actually love the alternate lyrics in the chorus, right? Let's listen to the alternate lyrics if it loads. Hold on, folks, it's loading. So waste no time trying to be someone you're not, instead of don't waste time trying to be something you're not. So waste no time. That was cool. That was really cool. And that threw me for a loop too, because I'm like, that's not the lyrics. But when Dave changes the lyrics by accident or on purpose, you get an awesome just moment, right? And just that. And the thing about that performance, you can hear Dave's guitar, right? He's like, you can hear it in that recording, right? He's like, make the most of what you got. Don't get gas in Chicago, it's a lot. Fill up in India, fill up in Wisconsin, that's all you got. Don't get gas in Chicago, it costs a lot. Get your tank filled, and your car can go places. You can walk around the moon. Gas is expensive, so groceries for the average American. When will we have this inflation stop? Make the most of what you got. You can buy a Domino's pizza for $7.99. That's not a lot. Fill up your belly, your friend will be jelly. It's not a lot. That's a freestyle. I'm freestyling like Dave tonight. The Gorge is so tough. Let's see what he's saying. Those are Concert Vince 34 exclusives right there. Yeah. The Gorge is so tough sometimes that wind catches the sound and pushes. Yes. And I've been very fortunate. The years I've went from, because the thing is, I love talking to shout out to the OGs, okay? Shout out to the OGs. Shout out to the day one fans, right? Shout out to the fans who've been at over 200 shows, right? I love talking to people and say, hey, how does this compare to the average whatever? And both years I went to the Gorge, 2019 and 21, there was not the wind, there was not that heavy rain. Good night, Louis Leaf Green. Louis, are you going to Dave and Tim? But yeah, Dave and Tim is coming up. I mean, it's going to be. I'm really excited for that. But yeah, when I talk to the people, like the weather both years was in the 70s and 80s during the day. Now at night it was a little different because it did get cool. In 21 it got much cooler at night. In 19 it was still hot. Oh, you're going? Hey, we would love to have you on the stream if you want to come on. If you follow me on Instagram and send me a message, say, hey, I'm Louis Leaf Green from the chat. I'd like to come on. We'll get you a link for tomorrow. I want to hear from fans. The main point of this stream is if we can get someone that was at the show. Tonight we got commentary from Kermit the Prague, he's en route with a buddy. Safe travels to them as they travel from South Jersey all the way up to see Mac. So he was able to chat in, but he couldn't call in because of his connection. But we would love to have you on tomorrow if you have availability. That would be great. But yeah, Drunken Soldier. Now here's my thing. Once I heard this Drunken Soldier um, once I heard this Drunken Soldier, right? I knew it was okay to come back. Now, obviously, it wasn't played that much more after this, but my question and my apprehension of Drunken Soldier was there were a couple of times in 2013 and 2012 where Dave had some rough transitions, even in like 2014, I think, with the Lovely Ladies, and they were singing, "Is it? That's not a star, it's Rashawn. That's not a star, it's Tim. Oh my gosh, Lovely Ladies, you're so great." By the way, Buddy Strong is the replacement for the Lovely Ladies. He's the better version of the Lovely Ladies, and he can play any song, sing anything. Listen, you and Buddy together, y'all can do anything, Dave. Okay. um, no, Jen, I'm talking about. I want to have someone who's at the show. Oh yeah, Jen, Heinz and Jen. We'll have you guys call in from Colorado. Yeah, we'll send you guys a link on Twitter. I can do it on Twitter because you guys are on Twitter. We'll get you a link via Twitter for the Fiddler shows. Yeah, he's the way much better version. And listen, the Lovely Ladies, they have a niche. Like one of them sings for Springsteen, or two of them do. Like there's things that they are talented singers. For Dave Matthews Band, they don't always fit, and they also are limited to the amount of songs they can play. Like a country act that plays the same set, a rock act plays the same set. You can have the Lovely Ladies do whatever because the set's going to be the same every night. So they come out for X amount of songs because it's the same set every night. I would never be upset at that. But when you're at a DMB show, and I was at the first Lovely Ladies show in 2014 where they came back after a long break from even guesting with Dave. And it was cool for some of that show. But then the next time they came to a show I was at, and the next time, I think I saw 3 or 4 shows with them, you kind of knew where the set list was going. And that wasn't good. The one surprise, though, was Burning Down the House, where I think they were on stage Hartford Night 2, 2014. So that was one where, okay, listen, Burning Down the House was just dope. But then even the Lovely Ladies couldn't mess up Burning Down the House, which is another great cover. But Tony C said that earlier. Yeah, I think they need to have another cover. Yeah, and guys, if you're gonna call in too, the key is you guys need to be in your right mind. I don't want you saying a bunch of I don't want you guys cussing out the whole stream. I don't want you doing anything. Do I have any plans to do Dave and Tim Mexico? Not right now. If listen, right now I'm about to get married. I gotta save up for a house. We're gonna have a condo, but we're trying to get a big crib. For Conservis 30, the future Conservis 34 Junior to live in, right? I've got some posters that I got to frame up too for when I get married and get the condo situated, and then we're gonna look for a house. If anyone wants to fund my trip to date, listen, I ain't gonna hold you. If someone wants to help me fund a trip to Dave and Tim Mexico, if you got some extra cash, I can consider going. Listen. That's all I'm gonna say. If people really want Conservis 34 in Mexico, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not saying anyone has any obligation, but if someone wants to help me help fund that trip, send a donation, right? Then I could go. That's the biggest thing. I'm a millennial, right? I'm in my early 30s. I'm trying to save for retirement. I'm trying to invest in this market. I'm trying to get my emergency fund is set to go. It's good to go now. But I can't just drop a couple grand on Dave in 10 Mexico. But if somebody wants to throw me something, I'll have some. I will do all the content I can do from Mexico. And if it doesn't upload in Mexico, I will upload it when I get back to the States. So again, if anyone wants me to go to Mexico, all I'm saying, hey, hit that Cash App Constance, and I'll put it up here. And listen, that's all. Listen, I would love to do content from Mexico, and I would get videos for y'all. I would not drink. I would not be getting drunk. So I would have my videos be steady and straight, and you wouldn't have to worry about me wobbling around with the phone, right? I would make sure I give you them high quality stuff from Mexico, right? But the Cash App is concert. Is it? Yeah, let me put this on. Let me find it here. Right? If anyone wants to donate, what is it? Oh yeah, it says concert biz 34 $sign. Yep, Cash App concert biz 34. If anyone wants to help your boy out, give me the. That's all I'm gonna say. I want I want Margarita Marcus. Nah, that's the thing is I don't. And also I think and this is another subject we could talk about real quick, and then we can head off. I really listen. I know, right? I know people are going through tough things right now. Actually, um, even to even talk about that, we have we're thinking about Dreaming B. Dreaming B. She lost her husband, and also another DMB fan. And shout out to Cinco de Maris, right? He said, I lost my dad unexpectedly Monday. It's been excruciating. I texted my friend Tim Reynolds of Dave Matthews Band, see if they could play The Stone. This is for Guilford. It was his favorite song and the reason I'm a musician. He texted me last night, Stone tonight. I know my dad was jamming with the boys. I understand some of you guys are going through some hard stuff, right? There's a situation where I know a family friend who just passed, a co teacher with me for the young men we mentor, and he was going through a lot of health issues for the last couple of years, and he passed away last month, I believe it was. But I just went to his wake, right? And I know his wife it's hard right now without her husband and without him. They had a business that they worked together, and she has to she can't work right now, and it's a business where listen, when they don't work, they're not getting money. And her husband passed, right? And so she's got to figure out what she's going to do with the business. But anyway, I know there's just so many people that are struggling. People have cancer. Like I'm hearing across my community. I know some of you guys in the DMV community, some of your loved ones are fighting cancer. Some of you guys have lost a loved one to cancer. There's a lot going on. But I say all that to say that at shows, right, I get very concerned with how crazy drunk people are. Not necessarily, listen, you can do whatever you want, but even getting to your car, like going to the back, like someone could easily, you walking out of especially if you're in a city, like in like New York City, just really, guys, be careful. Be careful. Michael says, what are we calling this? The concert is offering. But seriously, um, there's a lot that people are going through, but and sometimes the concert's your escape. Right. But just be careful because yes, you may have a friend that's less, is more sober or whatever, but when you're not in your right mind like that, as far as alcohol, you're an easy target for someone, especially when you're walking out of that venue. So just be careful. I know people lose posters. They misplace posters. People will steal your poster if you're wobbling around. You got that poster and you put it down for a second. Just be careful, folks, at these shows. All right. So DP Duke, who we had on the show, Derek. Considering Daventon, Mexico had a great time in 1970 to catch some of those rare Some Devil tunes. Yes, that's kind of like, that would be the ultimate dream, is if they play those. Yeah, sloppy drunk to the show, baby. Yeah. And yeah, so if I go to Mexico, I'm gonna listen. I'm there for business and pleasure, but really, if I was to go, and especially if y'all help me go, it would be business. Let me get these shots, let me get this stuff focused. This is the main tactic. Plus, all that money that you're spending. And I know how easy it is in Mexico. I've heard stories. It's easy to have a couple of drinks, sit in the sun. Maybe you're in between meals, and you could easily just start to get drunk because it's all inclusive. You know, you tip for every drink, but it's all inclusive. So it's easy to get that liquor, but just still, you always want to be careful. All right, so Dave and Tim tomorrow I'll be on. Guys, next week is a special week because I'll be on Friday. I'll be on Saturday, right? So we're doing Raleigh and Virginia Beach. On Sunday, I'll be going to my second fish show ever. And I will be doing a post-show stream. So if you like fish, or if you don't like fish and want to hear what I talk about, I have my Fish Noob series. I'm a new fish fan. I'm still getting into their catalog. I'm still learning. So I'm going to give my reaction as a fish noob for my second show ever. Let you guys know what I feel. And with fish, I'm not going to be shooting videos per se. Like, I'm going to have some videos before the show and the intermission after the show to document that. That'll be a separate video. But I'm not going to be taking full videos of songs because they have their own, the live fish app, where you can watch it on replay full time. So stay tuned. But tomorrow, let me get off now so I can be ready for tomorrow. We will do Dave and Tim C-Mac and really hope to get some commentary for some people who are there at the show. And let's see. What will we do? Let's get some roots again. Since we're in the spirit of Philly, we're going to close out with some roots. The Roots from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, just across the river from Camden. But practically, Camden is in the Philadelphia metropolitan area. So we're going to get some roots here. All right, here we go. This was an awesome show. All right, here we go. We're going to close out with The Roots. Thank you guys for supporting the stream. Thank you guys for like, comment, and subscribing. And like I said, man, there's just, to get 20 people at a time in some of these post-show streams is awesome. So stay tuned. More to come. See you guys tomorrow. We're going to close out with The Roots here. This was a show I went to. I went to The Roots on a Thursday, SPAC on Friday, and then SPAC on Saturday last weekend. So this was the beginning of an awesome weekend of music. And let's play The Roots. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
It's that OG shit I told y'all be going out. The legendary hard working. Your busy boys, goddamn. But look, why I say it like that? Why I say, goddamn. Ain't it? In the beginning, there was the word. And that word was. Fuck with it. 21 pounds. We get down. for